Thiruchitrambalam, Hara Hara Nama Parvati Badaye, Hara Hara Mahadeva, Sitsabesa, Sivasidambaram, Tenarude Sivane, Potri, Yanatavarkum Ireva, Potri, Thiruchitrambalam. எடுக்கும் மாக்கதை இந்தமிழ் செய்யுளாய் நடக்கும் மேன்மை நமக்கருள் செய்திட தடக்கை ஐந்துடை தாழ் செவி நீள்முடி கடக்களிற்றை கருத்துள் இருத்துவாம். உலகலாம் உணர்ந்தோதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நிர்மலி வேணியன் அலகில் சோதியன் அம்பலத்து ஆடுவான் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவான். சைவத்தின் மேற்சமயம் வேறிலை அதில் சிவமாம் தெய்வத்தின் மேல் தெய்வம் இல்லனும் நான்மறை செம்பொருள் வாய்மை வைத்த சீர் திருத்தேவாரமும் திருவாசகமும் உய்வை தரச் செய்த நால்வர் பொற்றாள் எம்முயிர் துணையே. தில்லைவாழந்தனரை முதலாக சீர்படைத்த தொலையதாம் திருத்தொண்ட தொகையடியார் பதம் போற்றி ஒல்லையவர் புராண கதை உலகறிய விரித்து உரைத்த செல்வமலி குன்றத்தூர் செக்கிழாரடி போற்றி. ஆதாரமாகிய மாணிக்க வாசகர் பாதார வெந்தம் பணிவோம். அன்று செய்த தீதான பாவங்கள் எல்லாம் தீர்ந்து ஞானோதயம் வந்து கூடிடுமே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். நம சிவாய வாழ்க. Welcome back to Periyapuranam Discourse series, dear devotees. Today we are here to think through the wonderful history of Emperor Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal, one of the four saints of Saiva Samayakura. Let me bow my head to the Almighty Lord Shiva, Kundrathur Rembravan Thiruchitrambalam Swamigal, and also the 57th Pontiff of Puranam Kalyanapuriyadina, Sri Gurumas and Dhanam Agisarana Manikasya Swamigal as well. With the blessings of the Almighty Lord Shiva, let's go ahead and get started with Emperor Upper Swamigal Puranam. So far, we have completed 3 sections of Thirutonda Thogai. Sections mean Sarakam Thirutonda Thogai. Third, Thiruvalandara Sarakam, Elemalinda Sarakam, Ummayal Ulahanda Sarakam. And today, we are going to start off the 4th Sarakam, which is called Thirunindra Sarakam. Thirunindra Semmaye Semmaya Konda Thirunavukkarasu. So the Sarakam starts with the Paramacharya Sri Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal, one of the 4 saints of Samayakura, and Srimad Nambiyarur Peruman. He reserved 2 lines for Upper Swamigal. Thirunindra Semmaye Semmaya Konda Thirunavukkarasu. We will discuss about that in detail. Thiruchitrambalam Swamigal starts with the first phrase of Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal Puranam, and he clearly declares that no one in this world have the capability to price the greatness of Thirunavukkarasu Puranam. திருநாவுக்கரசு வள திருத்தொண்டின் நெறிவாள வரிஞான தவமுனிவர் வாகீசர் வாய்மிதிகள் பெருநாம சீர்பரவல் உருகின்றேன் பேருலகில் ஒரு நாவுக்குறை செய்ய ஒண்ணாமை உணராதே. Which means, the Thiruchitrambalam Swami says, Thirunavukkarasu, who is also called as Vagisa, the wise sage, the great saint, who comes to live in this world by standing on the path of Lord Shiva's services. I am going to talk about the wonderful history of this great saint, Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal, and the fame of this great saint. While I do know that no tongue in this world is capable of praising the fame of Thirunavukkarasu, I am going to give a try. That's what he says. Orunavukkurai seyya onnamai unarade. Which means no one could do it. So with the blessings of Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal, the Thiruchitrambalam Swami says he is going to talk about the great fame of Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal. And then in Periyapuranam, the Thiruchitrambalam Swamigal praises the country of Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal. Thirunavukkarasu was born in Nayanadu. Nayanadu is between Solanadu and Tondainadu. It's from Trichy between Trichy to Chennai, Kanchipuram. That place is called Nayanadu. Temples like Thiruvanenallur, Thiruvannamalai, Thiruthunganemadam, all are situated in Nayanadu. So Nayan, Ramacharya Swamigal was born in Nayanadu. And then he says the wonderful phrase in Periyapuranam, Marandaru Theenerimara, Manigandar Vaimeneri, Aram Thirunavukkarasu, Alala Sundararum, பிறந்து அருள உலகானால் நம்மளவோ பேருலகில் சிறந்த திருமுனைப்பாடி திறம்பாடும் சீர்பாடு. Thirunavukkara Swamigal is also called Upper Burman, Upper Swamigal. That name was given by the great Saint Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal. Most of us, usually 80% time, we always refer to Thirunavukkara Swamigal as Upper Swamigal. No, Upper Swamigal and Sundaramurti Swamigal were born in this great Nayanadu. And the birth of two acharyas of the four famous Saiva Samaya crowd makes this place a very holy place indeed. If Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal and Alala Sundara Swamigal were born in this country to change the evil nature that leads to endless birth and death cycle of human beings into the Almighty Lord Shiva, Thiruneelakanta's great Saivism. So it says, Marandaru Theenerimara, Manigandar Vaimeneri, Aramdaru Navukkarasu, Alalasu. That was the purpose of their life, to change the evil nature of the endless birth and death cycle into the great Saivism. So two acharyas were born in this great country, Nayanadu. Sundaramurti Swamigal was born in Thirunavukkarasu. Upper Swamigal was born in Thiruamur of Nayanadu. So is it possible for any of us to have the ability to sing about the greatness of this country? The fame of the Nayanadu will go beyond speech and text. So it just cannot be explained or summarized in any speech or in any text. So Thiruchitrambalam Swamigal concluded on that. With Nayan, Upper Swamigal was from Thirumunaipadinadu, it's also called Nayanadu. Thirumunaipadinadu was a very prosperous and famous country. The river Pennayaru rendered this place very prosperous, and this prosperity helped in the growth of food, good conduct, and right principles here. So in Thirumunaipadinadu, there was a wonderful holy city called Thiruamur. Thiruchitrambalam Swami says, Devaneri Chivamparakkum, Thiruamur. So Thiruamur was a holy place attributed to the Almighty Lord Shiva. And in that holy city, Thiruamur, was a great Shaivist couple, Pugalanar. His name was Pugalanar. He was a staunch devotee of Almighty Lord Shiva. His wife was a gem among women called Madiniyar. So Pugalanar, Madiniyar, a great Saivit couple. And in due course of time, with the blessings of the Almighty Lord Shiva, Pugalanar and Madiniyar were blessed with a baby girl, who they named as Tilakavadiyar. Tilakavadiyar Tayar was truly a great example of monasticism, how a monk should live. We will talk about that shortly. So she was the first child of Pugalanar and Madiniyar. A few years went by, and then with the blessings of the Almighty Lord Shiva, the second child was born to them. Baby boy was none other than our great Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal. He was initially named as Marulnikiyar. So that was his initial name given by parents, Marulnikiyar. Marulnikiyar was so blessed, he just looked like a bright sun that removes the outer darkness in the world and then blossoms. Similarly, Nayanar was born to remove the inner darkness of the souls and to make various parts of arts and Shaivism blossom. Marnikya, this is not said in Periyapuranam, but it's been believed by several generations. Marnikya was the reincarnation of the great saint Vakisa, who lived in Kailash and who was doing severe penance in Kailash. There was a story, part of it, close to Ramayana. One day, Ravana was flying on his Pushpaka Vimana, and he came close to Kailash. And when he came to Kailash, Nandidevar, who's guarding the whole Kailash, he said, "Stop! You cannot go over Kailash." And the Lord Shiva resides in Kailash. You should worship and then go around Kailash in a clockwise circle. You can't go over Kailash. I can't allow you to do that. Then Ravana has got a lot of boons from Shiva, Lord Shiva himself. And he rudely retorted to Nandideva, "How dare you address me? I am the valiant Ravana. I am not scared of anyone," because he had a lot of power at that time. The Ravana went into a rage and said, "I am going to pluck this mountain and throw it away." And then he used all his 20 mighty arms and tried to uproot the Mount Kailash. It was a bit shaky. And then the Almighty Lord Shiva, who gave him all the boons, just pressed the mountain with one of the toes. Then Ravana got caught under the mountain. He was unable to move. It was paining like hell. He was crying in pain and shame, which fell on the ears of the sage Vagisa, who was doing meditation in Kailash at that time. Ravana was crying in pain and his pain fell in the ears of the compassionate sage Vagisa. Then he told Ravana, "Ravana, I know that Lord Shiva melts down when he hears the divine music with love. He will forgive you. Calm him down with your sweet music. He will bless you." That's the nature of the Almighty Lord Shiva. Then Ravana, he played on the nerves in his body as the strings of yawl, and he played in mesmerizing music, samagana, and he was begging to Lord Shiva to forgive him. And Shiva was very well pleased to hear his song, and he pardoned Ravana's rude behavior. And then our God is always so kind. That's what Karunaye Urvamahi, Karpane Kadandasudi, Karunaye Urvamahi. His form it's a form of kindness. Then he presented him with a long lifespan and also a victorious sword called Chandrakasam. So if Ravana holds Chandrakasam, no one can win him. Such a powerful sword Lord Shiva gave him. Seeing this, Nandideva gave a sabha to Vagisa, because Vagisa, Munivar, he helped Ravana get out of the punishment he deserved, and also letting him get additional boons and gifts from Lord Shiva. So he cursed the sage Vagisa to be born in the earth as a human being. It was sage Vagisa who was reincarnated as Marulikya. That's why the last song of Thirunavukkarasu, you could see he would reference the Lord, how Lord Shiva blessed Ravana in the last song of all his padiyams. And it's also a literal translation of name Vagisa into Thirunavukkarasu. Vagisa in Sanskrit, Thirunavukkarasu means It's just a translation of that meaning, king of all tongue. So that's the history of Saint Vagisar. So Telagavadiyar and Marulikiyar became well versed in many arts and shastras. Telagavadiyar had attained, she reached, Telagavadiyar Taya reached a manageable age. At that time it was 12 years. When she was 12, her parents, Pugalana and Madiniyar, they were looking for some alliance, and then they fixed a wedding with the great Kalipagayar, who was working as Senatipati for king. So Senatipati means the general of the army of the king. And that happened. Then Vagisar, Marulikyar also went to school. He was a very bright child. Then suddenly, Pugalanar, father of Dargavadiya Tayar and Marulikyar, died due to sickness. And their mother, Madiniyar, also followed her husband immediately. Both of them went to heaven. Now the two children were alone and under deep sorrow. They didn't know what to do, but still, Dargavadiya Tayar, she was very matured, and since her parents made a commitment to give her to Kalipagaya, fixed the marriage did not happen. Even engagement did not happen. It was just a commitment from Pugalanar and Madiniyar to Kalipayar family that a marriage will happen. So she started seeing. She started since her parents fixed Kalipagaya as her husband. She just felt she realized that he is her husband. And then she said she was waiting for him to return from the war. In the meantime, Kalipagar went to war. The king asked him to participate in the war. He was leading a war with an enemy, and then all of a sudden, Kalipagar also died in the war. Think about it. The chain of incidents that happened. Father Pugalanar died first, then immediately followed by her mother. She also left this world. They had no one else. The only hope was her, the engaged husband will return to her, and he will marry her, and then continue the life. And then the news came in that Kalipagar also died in the war. Such it was unimaginable suffering. They both are kids. And then the sorrow of the siblings became deeper and deeper than an ocean. So Telagudya Taya decided to end her life because that's how it used to be in the past. Her husband, when Pugalanar died, Madhuryan also went along with Pugalanar. So Telagudya decided to end her life, but her brother Marulikyar, Upper Swami, fell at her feet, started crying, begged her, saying, "After we lost our parents, I thought you'd be my father and mother. You'll be there to support me. If you're going to give up your life, I will give my life before you. I don't want to live in this world." Then Tiragodiya Taya realized that she needs to support her brother, young brother Marulikyar. Thambiyar ularaga vendumenu வைத்ததையா. He needs to have his life. So Talagodiya loved her brother so much. Then she decided not to end her life because he'll be alone in this world. Then she decided to live, take care of her brother, but she gave up wearing ornaments, rituals, everything. She transformed into a noble woman and detached herself from all the various worldly pleasures. Literally, Telagodiya Taya was living her life like a true monk. And her only aim was to serve the fellow human beings, worship Lord Shiva, and to to the best of her ability and to take care of her young brother, Marunikya. That was the only reason for her to leave this world. And if she had not done that, we wouldn't have got Vagisar, Thirunavukkarasu. Telagavadiya's service to Saivism was incomparable. So the two siblings, and then Thirunavukkarasu Nayanar realized that human life is ephemeral, uncertain. Human body, wealth, and youth are merely temporary and impermanent because they experienced that literally in their life. Father died, then mother died, and then also his sister's engaged husband also died. So they set up. Then he decided to think through. It's a uncertain world, ephemeral, and he already detached himself from all the worldly pleasures. They started serving people. So they set up pandal for distributing clean drinking water to the thirsty people. Got new roads laid in Thiruvammur, the streets of Thiruvammur. They grew up gardens, groves, and served tasty meals to all their guests, and gave rich gifts to the poor poets. So they're doing all sort of things in their life to help the humanity. So seeing the impermanence of this world, Marunikya renounced and said, I will not live in this impermanent earthly life. And also because Lord Shiva, who didn't grant him the grace to know him at that time and feel the good practice of religions, he started following Jain religion and the principles. Marunikya believed that only Jainism could help people to overcome all the worldly attachments, and he wished to know the glories of Jainism and its principle, so he became a Jain. He went to Patalipuram, he studied there in a school run by Jains. He excelled in his studies, and soon he earned a new name, Dharmasena, who is almost the head of all the Jains. He conquered Buddhists in various debates and soon rose to a top position among the Jain. While his sister, Telagavadiya was immersed in Shaivism, Marunikya was immersed in Jainism. Telagavadiya wished sincerely and prayed to the Almighty Lord Shiva every day that her brother must return to the fold of Shaivism. She was praying to the Lord of Thiruchitrambalam. My Lord, I decided not to give up my life just because I wanted my young brother to live in this world and serve Shaivism. But I see him following other philosophies. He's not contributing anything to Shaivism. Please bless him and make him follow Shaivism. That was her prayer to the Almighty Lord Shiva every day, to make him change his mind and become a Shaivite. Lord Shiva one day came in a dream and assured that, don't worry. He tried to attain my feats in his previous birth, and he was born as Marunikya, as I wished. He would change. He would change his mind. He would soon change his mind, and then he'd become a true Shaivite. And there is a lot he needs to do for Shaivism in this birth. He was very happy. So now Lord Shiva is going to change the fate of Marunikya Dharmasena by giving him a severe stomach pain, which is called Sulai Noi. Thiruchitrambalam explains that Sulai Noi it's a mixture of Vada Agni and the deadliest poison, Alagalaksha. So Vada means the fire that will destroy the whole world, and the deadliest poison. Mix both of them, and someone is that, and it's in the stomach, how it will feel. It'll be burning. It's such a terrible, terrible, worst stomach pain. So annoying. He gave with the blessings of Thirunavukkarasu. Marulikiyar got this stomach pain. And the Jain gurus gathered near him to treat in the ways they knew, and they tried a lot of methods which they knew to reduce the pain suffered by Dharmasena, Marulikiyar, but now gone. Nothing could work out. And the Jain gurus finally gave up their efforts and went away. Marulikiyar sent a message to his sister, Thirunavukkarasu, through a servant and asked her to come and meet him. Thirunavukkarasu sent the message back to him saying, I cannot come to your place. If you want, you must come back to me immediately. Lord Shiva will bless you. Then Marulikiyar decided to go back to his sister, Thirunavukkarasu, and the intensity of the disease already seemed to have reduced. And then he gave up all the marks of chain, like their dress, mandalam, pika, feather, and dressed in a simple white cloth. And he went back to his sister. Marulikiyar saw his sister. Then Marulikiyar fell down at her feet. Thirunavukkarasu said, Parasamaya koli vilindir edindir. You fell down in the ditch of some other philosophy. Instead of Shaivism, please get up. And then Thirunavukkarasu gave Thiruneeru Vibhuti. Thiruvalan Thiruneeru Thirunavukkarasu Alippa Peruvalu Vandadana Vagi Saranina. So Thirunavukkarasu gave the Vibhuti of Thridi Venkateshwara to Thirunavukkarasu. He wore that on his forehead, and then she also gave him the Udavarapani, the instrument that the Vichakla uses to clean the temple. The instrument that Upper Swami uses to clean the temple, Udavarapani. And then she asked her brother to serve the Almighty Lord Shiva. Then the Vichakla Swami started singing his first ever Devara song. கூற்றாயினவாறு விளக்ககலீர் கொடுமை பல செய்தன நானறியேன் ஏற்றாயடிக்கே இரவும் பகலும் பிரியாது வண்ணங்குவன் எப்பொழுதும் தோற்றாதன் வயிற்றின் அகம்படியே குடரோடு துடக்கி முடக்கியிட ஆற்றேன் அடியேன் அதிகை கெடில விரட்டான துறை அம்மானே. The first ever padigam of Devaram Thirunavukkarasu composed in Thridi Venkateshwara temple. After Upper Swami, I keep saying Thiruchitrambalam, Upper Swami, the first ever padigam of Devaram composed by Upper Burman was this padigam, Kutrainamara Tirupadigam. It was composed in the temple of Thridi Venkateshwara, and after completing the padigam, Lord Shiva, the Lord of Adi Viratanam, blessed Upper Swami. The stomach pain completely went away. Then Upper Swami became a staunch devotee of Shiva. And Shiva, there was just a brilliant voice came from the sky. Pavutru ala sendamilin soppadiga todaipadiya panmena navukku arasu endra ninna nama ulagellum nayappuram ennuga. All the 7 words, your name will blossom. You will be called Thirunavukkarasu from Bhagavan, which means Navukkarasu. Navu means tongue. Arasu means king, the king of all tongues. Even our tongues, all of our tongues are ruled by Thirunavukkarasu Brahma. We report to him. He is the king of us. Then Thirunavukkarasu was so happy. Thirunavukkarasu Brahma also extremely happy and feel very blessed. Then he started doing more services to Lord Shiva in Tirudhiyai, in Tanashvara. And then we have, then this message goes to the other Jain gurus, and they all got together and then started discussing what to do next. We will continue the Puranam further in the upcoming classes. Thiruchitrambalam. என்றும் இன்பம் பெருகும் இயல்பினால் ஒன்று காதலித்து உள்ளம் மூங்கிட மன்றுளார் அடியார் அவர் வான் புகழ் நின்றது எங்கும் நிலவி உலகலாம் திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். திருநின்ற செம்மையை செம்மையாக கொண்ட பெருமான் திருநாவுக்கரசு தேவ நாயனார் மலரடிகள் போற்றி போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.